to thank all of y'all. 4 years ago we started this, and this is a total charity ride. We don't keep any of the money except what we need to start for the next year. And who we support, if you're unfamiliar with it, is the Texas Medical Center Orchestra, which is a nonprofit. And they're all volunteers through the medical center area. They could be nurses, they could be secretaries, whatever. If they like to play music, then they could be in the orchestra, and they're very good. They actually played in Carnegie Hall last year. So that should tell you a little bit. If you're familiar with Carnegie Hall in New York, you have to be invited to play there. So we feel, you know, they try and raise money by doing free concerts and stuff. People donate and all that. So we got behind them on that, and because they are medical professionals and so forth, most of us are also cyclists, and we participate in the MS 150, which is to raise money for multiple sclerosis. Now, if anyone knows anything about this disease, it's really horrible. You can get it anywhere from the age of about 18 all the way up to 60. It does not have to run in your family. So tomorrow you could be diagnosed with MS. MS drugs are some of the most expensive in the whole United States. And so the money that we raise, and the Houston chapter is the largest in the United States, is money to help offset not only drug costs, but basically to send them to camps and so forth. If you've ever heard of Camp Can Do, that's in Brno, Texas, Camp Can Do puts on many camps, not only for MS, but for diabetes and stuff like that, and they're to teach people how to live with their diseases and so forth, and to give them hope and so forth. We truly believe, you know, maybe not in our lifetime, but because of everything we're doing, we're hoping that there is a potential cure for this disease down the road. But in order to get there, we have to raise money. And so we put on this bike ride, and we started with 1,200 cyclists, and now we topped out at over 2,100 last year. We raised more money than we've ever raised. We got a big sponsor. If you've ever been in the Woodlands or Houston area, the Woodlands Financial Group, a gentleman named Brookshire, who started from scratch. Former military, I believe he was in the Navy. Started Woodlands Financial Group, and now he's one of our sponsors. But the biggest thing about this is y'all, Navasota. When we started this, my father owns a business here, and as we started, I said, let's go to Navasota. It's an untapped area. Let's see if they even want to do it. So got with Bert. Bert was excited, and so we started coming up here. And because it is Medical Center Orchestra, one of the things I pushed, not only from Navasota and so forth, was to put on music with it. That is something that is not common for our bike rides. Bike cyclists here in Texas are just known to go from point A to point B, get their water, and move on. I wanted them to slow down and smell the flowers. And so by coming to Navasota, you know, y'all get to show off your blues capital, you get to show off this wonderful building, you get to show off what Navasota is about. It's a great hometown. You know, I grew up in Bryan College Station. I've been in and out of Navasota all my life. So, you know, I wanted to do something for y'all, you know, and for this community in this area. And so with all that being said, we have a certificate of appreciation for everything you've done, from the police support, for the Kiwanis, all the other volunteers, and for the city supporting this bike ride and donating all the supplies and everything that you've done for this. So without any further ado, I'd like to present this. Tiffany, am I presenting to you? It costs $5,000 to $6,000 just to even get started.
So a donation like this definitely helps you be able to sponsor it.
I can't. You know, everything comes down to putting as much money back into the charities as possible. And you know, if I'm having to pay full price for water, full price for bananas, oranges, and all that good stuff, peanut butter and bread, then it all just sucks down. And then what happens is I have to raise the price of how much it costs to do the bike ride. And then if that price gets too high, then cyclists don't want to come. You know, it's always a threshold, and on any ride, it really requires a lot of volunteers, a lot of help, and actually, Brookshire Brothers is the only grocery store that we even have in our whole route that we can rely on. And so when we run out of stuff, you know, I even tell my people when they're running around on the roads out here, I say, go to Brookshire Brothers, get what you need, you know, and get back. So, because they're the only ones that have it.
The chain. So, Ken, do you want to just say a few words about why you felt compelled to help and make the donation?
Well, it brings a lot to the city. It brings a lot of bicyclists, tourists. We just try to help out the city.